Hello everyone, subscribe to my channel to not miss new trending manhwa.
The world I knew was completely destroyed. Then, terrifying creatures swarmed from a gaping abyss. Vicious beasts clashed in a desperate, primal struggle. One monster's face twisted, its eyes blazing with raw power. Humanity fought to survive. My whole existence became this endless war. His gaze hardened, reflecting a grim determination to endure. Days bled into one another, filled with constant, brutal combat. A month later, he faced even more colossal, demonic adversaries. A year later, his blood-streaked face showed unyielding resolve. After 10 years, his single sword could cleave any monster. His glowing eyes stared down oblivion. Fear was beneath him now. Then, the ultimate adversary appeared, a colossal demon wreathed in shadow. He stood firm, a lone warrior against the encroaching infernal might. "Give up," a voice boomed. "The world you knew has perished." He finally faced the mastermind behind all the destruction. "Such talent wasted," the fiend offered. "Become my sword." "Don't make me laugh," he snarled. Bloodied but unbroken. With a defiant roar, he launched himself, sword leading the charge. His blade met the demon's power in a blinding, furious clash. The great demon reeled, shocked by the mortal's unyielding spirit. The demon's shock hardened into a chilling, dark resolve. Undeterred, the hero launched himself again, a blur of righteous fury. His eyes, a brilliant blue, burned with the will to fight on. Steel met shadow once more in a cataclysmic, earth-shattering impact. "You're just an insect," the demon sneered, swatting the hero aside with contempt. A raw cry tore from the hero, pain mixing with defiance. He was sent hurtling through the air, his trusted sword lost in the chaos. The warrior slammed into the broken earth, the force of the blow immense. Dazed but not defeated, he staggered to face the towering fiend again. Enraged, the demon lord unleashed its terrifying, true demonic power. The demon lord stood, a silhouette of pure, unadulterated power. Exhausted, the hero trembled, nearly overwhelmed by the fiend's might. A dark aura pulsed from the demon, a blue gem gleaming on his chest. The gem on the demon's chest pulsed with an ominous, cold light. Yet, the hero's eyes blazed anew, a fierce, unyielding blue. He braced himself, a lone warrior facing an overwhelming, shadowy titan. The demon lord hurled his massive blade, a spinning vortex of destruction. The colossal sword tore through the air, aimed directly at the hero. He stood his ground, the wind of its passage whipping through his hair. Suddenly, the gem on the demon lord's chest fractured, light erupting from within. The demon lord's eyes blazed with incandescent fury. You bastard." Amidst the embers, the hero unexpectedly jolts upright. The fractured gem completely shatters, unleashing a cascade of light. "No, stop," the demon lord bellows, watching his power disintegrate. An intense blue energy burst from the hero, a beacon against the gloom. Bloodied and exhausted, his vision blurs amidst floating motes of light. He collapses onto the scorched earth, flames flaring around his fallen form. Yet, one eye snaps open, its brilliant blue focus sharper than ever. A lone shooting star streaks across his dimming sight, a magnificent view. He feels himself submerged, bubbles ascending as he moves through murky water. He emerges from the depths, his sandals stepping onto solid ground. Now in casual clothes, he walks through a modern city, his warrior's gaze unwavering. Suddenly, a red alarm light pulses urgently nearby. He approaches Namsan Gate, a restricted hero zone with strict entry protocols. Ignoring posted warnings for civilians, he continues his determined advance. He stands before a prominent, gated building in Seoul's Yangsan district. With a single, powerful leap, he clears the high-security fence. He lands inside with a forceful impact, breaching the restricted area. Sirens blare as a warning declares an unregistered hero has entered the gate. His eyes narrow, his expression fixed with unyielding determination. He finds himself in a sunlit forest, dressed in simple, modern attire. His sandals tread softly on the verdant forest floor as he walks. A voice calls out, "Hey, young man," and he halts, his gaze sharp. An armed squad in tactical gear emerges, questioning if he's lost. They offer him an escort, suggesting he follow them out of the area. The hero remains silent, observing the group with a blank stare. One squad member whispers to another, noting his civilian clothes don't fit a hero. They continue to scrutinize his plain t-shirt and shorts with suspicion. His ordinary backpack draws further comment, deemed unusual for the situation. They speculate he's just a clueless porter, abandoned and out of place. "I get what you're saying," the hero replies calmly, "but I just arrived." A squad member exclaims, "See, told you he was ditched," confirming their earlier assumption. The squad leader sighs, "I've seen plenty like you before." Silently irritated by the hero's casual tone, he lectures the hero about the gate's dangers, advising official training in a lower-rank gate. The hero's eyes narrow, his expression unreadable as he listens to the unsolicited advice. Suddenly, an intense pressure emanates from the hero, shocking the squad members. Unfazed, the hero turns and walks away as one squad member yells, "What kind of crazy bastard is that?" Forget it. The leader decides he'll have to learn through experience. The hero continues deeper, the leader's voice echoing that a gate is far from a game. As if on cue, a monstrous, horned beast emerges, proving the leader's words. It's a merciless world. The hero stands unfazed as the monstrous beast towers before him. Its eyes blaze with fury as it unleashes a deafening roar. He glances back, the beast's savage cry echoing through the forest. A flicker of resolve crosses his face, his focus absolute. The horned behemoth charges, a blur of destructive intent. Yet, the hero remains rooted, a calm figure against the onslaught. His eye ignites with a golden light, a decade of experience surfacing. A massive tusk crashes down, narrowly missing its target. The beast recoils, its attack met with unexpected defiance. With a hardened gaze, the hero prepares his counter. He unleashes a devastating upward strike, the impact echoing. The colossal beast is launched skyward by the sheer force. It plummets headfirst, crashing violently into the earth. He observes the fallen monster, remarking, "Not a single thing is different." The beast form begins to dissolve into ethereal particles. His hand twitches, reaching for something unseen. A formidable, intricately designed sword materializes in his grasp. A knowing, almost predatory glint appears in his glowing eyes. He points the blade towards a pulsating red core, exposed amidst the carnage. The sword pierces the core, unleashing a final burst of energy. He drives the sword deeper, dark essence spraying from the beast's dissolving form. From the remains, he retrieves a gleaming, red magic stone. It's a low-grade stone. He muses he once ignored such trivialities. Wiping his hand on his backpack, he glances around the now quiet forest. He takes a moment, surveying the sun-dappled clearing, the beast gone. His glowing eye narrows slightly, sensing a new presence approaching. Suddenly, monstrous, clawed feet thud onto the forest floor nearby. A horde of snarling, goblin-like creatures with glowing eyes charges him. With fluid grace, he sidesteps the first creature's wild attack. His eyes still aglow, he hurls the recently acquired magic stone like a projectile. The stone missile slams into a goblin, sending it flying with a shriek. Dark blood erupts as the creature crashes violently to the ground. He stands unfazed, ready as more goblins close in around him. His glowing eyes fade, but his intense focus remains locked on the threat. Meanwhile, the tactical squad continues their patrol deeper into the woods. The female squad member recalls the hero, that rude guy from earlier. She voices a flicker of concern. What if he really ends up dead? The leader reassures her, if he's an intruder, agents from the control center should be on their way. As if summoned, a team of suited agents sprints through the trees. They race towards Namsan Gate, a rank C zone, expecting elite backup. The leader scoffs. He won't die if he's not reckless. As another member mocks the hero's supposed fear. Back with the hero, a hulking, tusked orc sweats nervously before him. Suddenly, the hero's fist smashes into the orc's surprised face. The orc stumbles back, shocked by the unexpected raw power. Its massive cleaver swings wildly, carving a deep gash in the earth. The beast's eyes widen in disbelief, sweat pouring down its face. The hero launches himself into a powerful, acrobatic high kick. His heel connects brutally with the orc's neck, a sickening crunch implied. The massive orc collapses, its head lolling lifelessly in a pool of dark fluid. The hero stands over it, his formidable sword now dripping with dark essence. His glowing eye reflects the acquisition, 3 more magic stones added to his tally. A brief glimpse of a peaceful blue sky offers a stark contrast to the recent carnage. He casually slings his backpack, now heavier with collected monster cores. Surveying his meager haul, he deems the harvest unimpressive as an agent approaches. The hero turns, an agent in a suit beckoning him forward with a curt "this way." He follows, his muscular form striding through the sun-dappled forest path. A stern-faced squad of suited agents, all wearing dark sunglasses, blocks his path. They identify themselves as Gate Control Center, demanding his hero registration ID. Gate Control Center. He repeats, a hint of disdain in his focused gaze. The lead agent insists on compliance, his expression hardening at the unexpected encounter. His eyes narrow, a subtle shift in his intense gaze. Facing the agents, he mutters with clear irritation, "How annoying." The lead agent barks, "Get the cuffs," as his subordinate nervously presents them. Unfazed, the hero listens to the agent's threat of physical force if he resists. An agent reaches out, attempting to slap the cuffs onto the hero's wrist. The agent warns that any injury from resistance will be the hero's own fault. With a swift, powerful movement, the hero twists his arm, easily breaking the agent's hold. The agent's face contorts in shock and pain, sweat beading on his brow. Don't bother me, just leave, the hero commands, his glowing eyes fixed on them. Another agent, infuriated, scoffs and reaches for a weapon, ready to escalate. Two agents cross their glowing batons, preparing to subdue him. He scoffs internally. Their rank for magic seal might work on orcs, but not him. With a swift twist, he seizes an agent's arm, causing an agonized shriek. Final warning, he utters, if you don't want to get hurt, go back. His eye gleams with power, his resolve hardening against a turbulent blue aura. He launches forward, a blur of motion too fast for the agents to track. Effortlessly, he deflects their baton strikes with his bare hands. His dark hair whips around as he counters, eyes locked on the remaining threats. His foot connects with brutal force, a testament to his superior speed. A powerful open palm strike sends an agent reeling backwards. He launches a spinning kick, catching one agent off guard as another recoils. His foot connects with devastating force, sending an agent flying through the air. The hero lands smoothly as the lead agent drops his baton in shock. Ugh, the lead agent groans, sweat pouring as he realizes their predicament. The hero turns his head slightly, his calm demeanor a stark contrast to the beaten agents. He blurs into motion, disappearing from the lead agent's sight instantly. Disappeared, the agent mutters, eyes wide with disbelief and growing fear. The hero reappears, delivering a vicious strike to the lead agent's unguarded side. The agent stumbles, clutching his side in agony, as the hero watches coolly. You. The hero addresses the crumpled agent, who could only manage a pained you. Yes. The hero questions if registered heroes face issues. The agent clarifies only for illegal acts. What about rift zones? The hero presses. As the agent flinches at the mention of global monster passages, these rifts spew forth bizarre monsters, whose byproducts become new energy resources. Thus, gates are state-controlled passages, confining monsters within. Uncontrolled spaces, however, are volatile rift zones, depicted as fiery, chaotic landscapes. So no matter which gate I go to, you'll come for me, right? The hero asks, his gaze steady. He continues, claiming it's trespassing, or what have you, his golden eye glinting. The agent confirms. Explaining unregistered entry automatically alerts control and dispatches agents. Rift zones aren't as accessible, the agent stammers. The hero association won't stand by. The hero looks down dismissively at the agent, uttering a simple, so what? The agent internally curses, realizing the hero is dangerously unhinged. A brutal strike connects, the agent's face contorting in pain. With a dismissive sweep, the hero sends the agent flying backwards. He glances over his shoulder, thinking, such a nobody. The down agent glares, muttering, this bastard, as the hero stands unfazed. As the hero walks away, the agent screams, next time, I'll definitely kill you. Suddenly, a memory shatters like glass, revealing a dark, cosmic void. A pain shout, oh no, echoes as a face is shown in extreme distress. He recalls losing consciousness, a feeling of being sucked into what he perceived as death. Floating in an endless void, he remembers the stark thought, I considered it death. Drifting from the void, his memory shifts to serene, closed eyes with blonde lashes. Those eyes abruptly snap open, revealing piercing, light blue irises. An armored, blonde individual plummets upside down through an endless, cloudy expanse. Our hero, Seiyu Dojin, finds himself in this ethereal realm, confronted by the question, who are you? Dojin introduces himself, then makes a stark admission, I am dying. The falling armored entity proposes a pact, if you grant my request, I will disappear quietly. Gazing upwards, Dojin delivers a curt refusal, I refuse. A bead of sweat traces Dojin's temple, his composure momentarily shaken. This armored soul confesses their detachment. A nitrogen monoxide longer have any lingering attachments to life. Flashback images reveal a devastating history, betrayal, a ruined kingdom, and the deaths of everyone dear. The armored soul laments, no matter how hard I lived, there was nothing to it, huh? Dojin flinches slightly. The question you two, right? Hanging in the air. He declares, even if his life is bleak, he won't let his family suffer the same. The armored being sighs, still inverted, simply asking, so? Dojin's expression brightens as he asks, just tell me briefly, what is it you want? With a hand to his chest, Dojin begins, what I wish for is. The scene shifts to the Gazen Digital Complex in Jumshingu, Seoul. This area, now dubbed the Hero Complex, thrives on gate byproduct exchanges over AT. Dojin, with a backpack and a scarred arm, walks through a bustling street as people murmur. He eyes a shop, wondering, should I go with this place? As a welcome bell jingles. Inside, a tatted shopkeeper with a sly grin looks up from his phone. Dojin states his purpose, I'd like to sell some mana stones. As the clerk boasts of the best prices, he then upends his bag, spilling a cascade of brilliant red mana stones onto the counter. The shopkeeper's jaw drops, his eyes wide with disbelief at the impressive haul. Composing himself, the clerk remarks, HMM, you have quite a lot, and offers to sort them. Dojin coolly accepts a coffee, replying anything, while waiting on a nearby sofa. As Dojin sips his drink, the clerk diligently examines and categorizes the glowing gems. The shopkeeper tallies the stones by grade, then casually mentions a hefty 40% commission. With a flourish, he announces the total payout, 5.46 million won, but Dojin sharply interjects. Stop! Dojin glares, challenging the clerk. I did the hunting, and you take 40% just for buying. The clerk smirks, sir. You don't seem to know how things work, do you? Claiming their 40% is generous. If you don't want to sell, take them back. The clerk dares as Dojin calmly replies. I'll do that, reaching for his bag. Suddenly, the clerk's hand shoots out, gripping Dojin's wrist tightly. Sir. You have to pay for the sorting fee, right? The clerk sneers. Adding the coffee isn't free either. He tacks on a towel fee for blood, demanding 350,000 won, but Dojin scoffs. Try and take it if you can. The clerk's grin widens. You'll have to pay. You know, we have C-rank heroes backing us up. You bastard. On cue, the shop door slides open, revealing 3 imposing figures entering. The largest man, presumably a C-rank hero, asks the clerk, What is it? Why did you call? Is someone causing trouble again? Dojin's gaze sharpens, a flicker of annoyance in his eye as he assesses the newcomers. The lead hero's eyes widen in shock, a bead of sweat forming as he recognizes Dojin. The terrified shopkeeper trembles, peeking over the counter. Dojin lands a devastating punch, sending the C-rank hero flying. The lead hero crumples to the floor as Dojin stands victorious, fists still smoking. All 3 enforcers and the clerk lie defeated, the shop in disarray. Dojin calmly walks back towards the counter in his slippers. Leaning over the now cracked counter, Dojin informs the petrified clerk the commission is 1%. With a chilling smirk and glowing eyes, Dojin adds, Let's have smooth transactions from now on. Dojin casually exits the shop, promising, I'll come again next time. A hefty stack of cash slams down, presumably Dojin's payment. An older woman and a young girl stare in wide-eyed shock at the scene. The older woman, clutching the cash, asks Dojin, What is all this money? Dojin explains he lent money to a friend whose business boomed. His grandmother eyes him skeptically, questioning if he even has such a friend. He quickly adds it's an old friend from the place I grew up. Grandma seems to recall, a gentle smile forming as she looks at the money. The young girl, Yun-yang, excitedly asks her brother, Then are we rich now? Dojin pats her head with a soft smile, confirming, Yes, from now on. Both Yun-yang and Grandma erupt in joyous celebration, shouting about being rich. As Yun-yang happily dashes around, Dojin watches her with a warm gaze. Dojin stands resolute in an ethereal space, thinking of Grandma and Yun-yang. Dojin recalls his wish, please let them live in a house safer than anywhere else. As the armored soul vanished, reflected in a mirror, Dojin's eyes gleam with resolve as Yun-yang hugs him tightly. The reflection confirms his new reality. When I woke up, I had become Seo Dojin. He considers the safest house in Korea, a staggering 110 billion won, pondering a promise. Dojin clenches his fist, confident that with his full strength, such a sum is trivial. He reflects on rifts, gates, and monsters, deeming this world weaker than his destroyed one. Menacing silhouettes of powerful monsters loom, a reminder of past or present threats. Dojin's gaze intensifies. Not even a tenth of his former power has returned yet. Suddenly, loud banging erupts at the door, someone aggressively calling for Seo Dojin. Dojin smirks, telling his worried grandma, I'll go out and see. Please stay inside. Dojin casually steps outside in his slippers. He opens the door to find a thuggish-looking men waiting. One man sneers, Seo Dojin, you should repay borrowed money on time, eh? That'll be 48 million won. Dojin realizes these are the loan sharks the original Seo Dojin dealt with before he died. The goon explains the 5 million for grandma's hospital bills has multiplied, demanding all the gate money. His accomplice smirks, so, don't feel it's unfair. Dojin instantly lands a heavy punch on the first goon. The second thug is sent flying by another swift, powerful strike. The remaining loan shark stammers, well what? As Dojin stands unfazed. Dojin's eyes glow menacingly. The money repaid so far is over 20 million. If anything, I should be getting money back, right? The terrified loan shark stammers, are you really Seo Dojin? Dojin calmly instructs, tell your boss. I'll be visiting him soon. With a final thud, the last loan shark is dealt with off-screen. The scene shifts to a bustling, sunlit shopping mall filled with people. Dojin and Yun-yang are now enjoying a day out, browsing through the mall. Their shopping trip leads them to a toy store, shelves gleaming with adorable teddy bears. Yoonyoung's eyes sparkle with delight. What? Can I really buy it? Can I buy a new doll? Dojin smiles warmly. Sure, we've bought clothes, so now you can buy everything you want. He internally reflects, as I shared Seo Dojin's memories. A change occurred in my dried-up emotions. Watching Yoonyoung excitedly choose a toy, Dojin muses, it's still just compassion for now. But Dojin recalls the original Seo Dojin's kindness, even towards his half-sister Yoonyoung. He resolves to protect that inherited kindness within himself. Yoonyoung shyly asks if she can have a small white bunny plushie. She clutches the little bunny, looking hopeful. Suddenly, Dojin grabs a much larger teddy bear from the shelf. With a knowing smile, Dojin reminds her, I told you to buy what you want. Yoonyoung absolutely beams, overjoyed by his generosity. Later, they're at a food court, a delicious spread on their table. As they eat, someone off-screen excitedly recognizes Seo Dojin. Dojin turns, a questioning look on his face, while Yoonyoung enjoys her meal. A flashy woman with 2 imposing bodyguards approaches Dojin's table. She smirks, questioning Dojin's shabby appearance and asking about Yoonyoung. Dojin's eyes flash with anger as she insults him. Did you cause trouble like your mom? The trio looms over their table, interrupting their meal with an air of superiority. Yoonyoung, mid-burger, looks up innocently, wondering who this new person is. Dojin's expression darkens, a dangerous glint in his downcast eyes. The woman continues her condescending gaze, a smug look on her face. Yoonyoung, still munching, seems oblivious to the rising tension. The woman asks Yoonyoung's name, then sneers, Yoonyoung, so you're from the Yoon family. She cruelly remarks on Yoonyoung's clothes, pathetic, just like your mother. The woman smirks condescendingly at Dojin, asking, isn't that right? Dojin's lips curl slightly as he taunts, what's wrong? Cat got your tongue now. Her smugness falters, replaced by annoyance as she snaps, hey, you brat. The woman glares down at Yoonyoung, who looks up with a mixture of confusion and apprehension. Dojin, still seated, calmly asks the woman, you know what the word whore means. A close-up reveals a dangerous, golden glint in Dojin's eye, his anger simmering. He then delivers a brutal insult. You're an ugly wench like an orc, as Yoonyoung looks on. Startled. The woman is utterly stunned, her eyes wide as she stammers, huh? Dojin's gaze is cold and unwavering, his expression promising retribution. A flashback shows a young, desolate Seo Dojin, revealing his impoverished and difficult childhood. The flashback reveals young Dojin's neglect after his father's legal wife had a son. Kicked out again, he ended up living with his grandmother and a half-sister he barely knew. The current Dojin reflects on the original Seo Dojin's painful past. He wonders how the original Seo Dojin could have endured such hardship. With newfound resolve, Dojin declares things will be different from now on. Back in the present, Dojin tells the woman, we lived together for 12 years. And you still disgust me. He continues, from your twisted personality to your dumb brain you're hopeless. As her face contorts in anger, Dojin adds, you're just jealous, clinging to inferiority complexes. While her bodyguards look uneasy, he gestures towards Yoonyoung, you're no better than this girl who actually cares. About her brother's financial state, Dojin finishes, as onlookers watch the confrontation. Dojin maintains his cold stare at the flashy woman, undeterred. The woman seethes. What did you say? As a new voice greets Dojin, it's been a while. An elegant, sharp-eyed blonde woman approaches, her presence commanding. The first woman rushes to the newcomer, exclaiming, "Mom," pointing back at Dojin. As the daughter complains about Dojin, her mother sharply cuts her off. Enough. The mother silences her daughter, stay out of this, then scolds her uncultured behavior. Turning to Dojin with a smile, she asks, so, Dojin, have you been doing well? She suggests he visit home, but Dojin internally scoffs, hypocrite. You're the one who tormented me. The mother mentions his father's worry, and Dojin thinks, makes me sick. Dojin coldly rebuffs her, we're not in the kind of relationship to ask about each other, right? Dojin, his eyes blazing with cold fury, commands them, get lost. The mother's expression hardens, a flicker of disbelief in her shadowed eyes. She abruptly turns away, her daughter startled by the sudden retreat. As she strides off, the mother internally questions if this defiant boy is the same Dojin she once knew. Her daughter scrambles to follow, shouting, Mom, wait for me, as the bodyguards trail behind. Dojin calmly tells Yoonyoung, let's go, signifying the timid boy he once was is no more. He glances back, a resolute look promising further changes. Dojin's internal monologue warns his tormentors, they'd better realize he's different now. A luxury car speeds through the night, carrying the disgruntled mother and daughter. Inside, the daughter fumes, Mom, why did we just leave? We should have crushed that bastard. While her daughter fumes, the mother calmly applies makeup and summons Chief Lee. With a chilling gaze, the mother coldly questions, "Why is Dojin still alive?" Chief Lee from the driver's seat reveals, according to the report, King Chul-woo left Dojin inside the rift zone. The mother erupts, exactly. Why is that bastard who should have died still alive? Her daughter, stunned, stammers, "He should have died." "Mom, what do you mean?" As Chief Lee promises to reinvestigate, the mother sits silently, arms crossed, her expression unreadable in the dim car light. "Mom, what do you mean by that?" The daughter presses, but her mother offers only silence. The daughter then accuses, "Did you try to kill Dojin?" While her mother counters, "Do you still have feelings for Dojin?" The daughter is utterly flustered by the accusation, her face flushing red. "No, it's not like that," she denies vehemently as the car speeds on, her mind racing with worry about family repercussions. The mother coldly tells her daughter, "This is something your mother will handle." Her eyes wide with fury. With a chilling glare, the mother commands her daughter, "Stay out of it." The daughter trembles in fear, utterly silenced by her mother's terrifying demeanor. The mother internally sees at Dojin's defiance, "You dare defy me, you low-born bastard." She vows with icy resolve, "No matter what, I'll make you disappear." The scene shifts, explaining that 10 years ago, mysterious rift zones began appearing. From these rifts, terrifying monsters poured out, indiscriminately killing people. The world was plunged into extreme chaos as cities burned under the monster onslaught. But then, powerful individuals known as heroes emerged, beginning to turn the tide. Following the heroes, the discovery of magic stones from monsters changed everything. Magic stones revolutionized energy, turning rifts into gates and making heroes key to the economy. A car screeches to a halt. The new reality is clear. Become a hero to get rich. Dojin exits a taxi, surveying the city street with purpose. His destination is in sight, Yeongdongpo HCS capital. Each footstep is firm as Dojin advances on the building. He reaches the entrance of the loan shark's den, undeterred. Inside, a man in sunglasses coolly smokes, sizing up the newcomer. Tough stand beside him as he demands, "Who the hell are you?" Dojin faces the trio, a spent cigarette already on their table. The leader grinds his cigarette out, snarling, "You dare come here after wrecking my guys?" Dojin calmly states he was at a loss, baffling the loan shark. He then demands compensation for all the damage they caused him. The leader internally notes Dojin's changed, aggressive personality after trashing his men. Suspecting Dojin awakened in the gate, the leader mockingly asks if he wants to hear about other arrogant awakened. The loan shark leans in, trying to intimidate Dojin with his presence. Suddenly, the leader lunges, his goons watching from the sides. He stands over Dojin, flanked by his crew, trying to assert dominance. The leader scoffs that other awakened were just D-rank trash, clenching his jacket. He boasts about having many D-ranks who could easily silence Dojin. Dojin remains unfazed, a subtle, confident expression on his face. The loan shark leader, annoyed, glances back and orders Dojin, "Sit down." Dojin, with a menacing aura, retorts, "I'm not done talking." The leader erupts, "What, you punk, talking down to?" His glasses fly off as a sudden force sends him stumbling back in shock. Dojin has already struck, sending the leader sprawling as his henchmen watch in disbelief. With the leader down, Dojin swiftly turns his attention to the remaining goons. He lands a heavy blow on one, questioning, "You guys don't just deal in loan sharking, right?" Grabbing another thug, Dojin reveals, "I know you forge IDs too." As the goon bleeds, Dojin states his need. "If I want to start making money, I'll need a hero ID." Dojin unleashes another powerful strike, taking down the last of the loan shark's crew. With a final, decisive strike, Dojin incapacitates the last goon. Standing over the defeated thugs, Dojin demands, "Bring me a flawless one. No trouble later." His expression is resolute, focused on his next move. The loan shark leader sweats as Dojin's ultimatum echoes, "By tomorrow." The remaining conscious goons stare in wide-eyed terror at Dojin's power. The leader internally panics. This power, he's not D-rank, he might even be B-rank. Dojin presses the leader, not answering, who finally stammers, "Fine, I'll do it." Dojin's hand tightens on the leader's shoulder. "All right, one more thing." His eyes blaze with intensity as he asks, "Did Hong Heeju tell you to kill me?" The loan shark leader recalls a chilling encounter with Hong Heeju, her silhouette looming. Dojin's grip tightens on the leader's shoulder, demanding, still not answering. The loan shark leader lets out a piercing scream as Dojin applies more force. He finally cracks, yelling, "Hong Heeju. It was that woman." The leader reveals Hong Heeju hoped Dojin would be buried in debt and kill himself. Dojin listens, his expression unreadable as the leader begs, "Please let go." Dojin coldly asks, "Suicide? So that's why you trapped me in the gate?" The leader frantically denies any knowledge of trapping Dojin in the gate, swearing his innocence. He argues, if you died, I wouldn't get my money either. Why would I send you there? Dojin strokes his chin, thoughtfully considering the leader's desperate plea. A name surfaces in Dojin's mind, Kang Chul-woo. Dojin reveals Kang Chul-woo dragged him into the gate, demanding all intel by tomorrow. He strides out, leaving the lone shark and his crony trembling in his wake. Outside, Dojin's expression is resolute, focused on his next objective. A memory surfaces, his past self pleading for his family's safety, fueling his current actions. With a determined glint in his eye, Dojin prepares for what's to come. He now holds a freshly forged B-Rank Hero ID, his face on it. Dojin confidently swipes his new ID at a gate access terminal. The system verifies his card but warns, your level is below the recommended grade. Dojin eyes the B-Rank ID, muttering the forger should have made it a rank. Undeterred by the warning, Dojin boldly steps into the glowing gate entrance. Dojin steps into the Bamsium gate, its B-grade stats and peculiar entry rules displayed. Though B-Rank, its D-grade scale and tunnel structure surprisingly mandate solo play. He knows only rankers usually brave such a gate alone and survive. Dojin's eyes narrow. Extreme misfortune here means facing an overwhelming horde. A confident smirk touches his lips, ready for hundreds of foes in the dark. Instantly, a monstrous, golden-armored serpent with glowing green eyes appears. Dojin's eyes blaze red, his arm transforming into a powerful clawed weapon. The giant serpent roars, its fang maw wide and dripping with venom. He unleashes a swift, brutal strike, tearing into the serpent's armored hide. The beast reels, green liquid erupting as the devastating blow lands true. Dojin identifies his foe, a black-fanged snake, its venom paralyzing with a mere graze. He twists midair, narrowly dodging the serpent's sweeping counterattack. Dojin lands firmly, kicking up dust as he regains his footing. The serpent writhes as Dojin's unseen, lightning-fast slashes tear through the air. A blur of motion, Dojin relentlessly presses his assault with glowing strikes. He leaps back, deftly avoiding a sudden spray of the serpent's green venom. Landing safely, Dojin examines his transformed arm, now dripping with the creature's poison. His venom-coated claw gleams. He notes this fight is worth 300,000 won. Dojin's eye narrows with sharp focus, undeterred by the poison or the fight. Suddenly, 3 more identical serpents emerge, hissing menacingly. Dojin slams his venom-coated claw down, a powerful impact echoing through the cavern. The force of his attack creates a shockwave, obliterating the immediate surroundings. He stands amidst the chaos, narrowly avoiding a fresh volley of venomous projectiles. Examining a fallen serpent, Dojin notes the disappointing absence of magic stones. He confirms his suspicion. Magic stone drops from these snakes are frustratingly rare. Undeterred, Dojin strides deeper into the gate, ready to hunt hundreds more if needed. He enters a new chamber where skeletal figures begin to rise from the murky ground. A close-up reveals a menacing skull, wreathed in dark, ominous energy. Dojin's gaze shifts upwards, a shadow falling over his face as he senses a greater presence. A colossal, golden-armored serpent head with piercing green eyes looms, hinting at the true boss. Dojin stands firm, his transformed arm ready as the colossal serpent boss dominates his view. He drops his bag, remarking the boss's appearance conveniently reveals the path forward. Dojin lunges, transformed arm poised to strike, eager to end this fight quickly. His empowered fist connects with the serpent's golden scales with a resounding clang. The armor barely registers a scratch, Dojin realizing his attacks aren't penetrating. Undeterred, Dojin's eyes gleam as he winds up for another, more focused assault. A brilliant flash erupts as his enhanced strike meets the serpent's impenetrable hide. The impact forces Dojin back, skidding across the cavern floor amidst rising dust. The giant serpent roars, its venomous fangs bared as it looms menacingly over him. Dojin swiftly retaliates, delivering a powerful kick straight to the serpent's jaw. Dojin's foot slams down, bracing for his next move after the kick. He pivots instantly, throwing a lightning-fast punch towards the colossal serpent. His fist smashes into the serpent's flank, a shockwave rippling from the impact. A flicker of surprise crosses Dojin's eye. The serpent barely flinched. He confirms the boss's hide is too tough. His punches aren't effective. Dojin grits his teeth, lamenting his current power level isn't enough. Suddenly, an idea sparks, his expression shifting with newfound realization. His gaze drops to the ground near his feet, spotting something crucial. Dojin's eyes narrow, a plan beginning to form. His focus intensifies as he considers his next, potentially game-changing action. He spots a discarded, old sword, musing that its effectiveness depends on the wielder. Dojin picks up the warm blade, a new resolve hardening his expression. Declaring he'll borrow it, he faces the colossal serpent's renewed assault. He launches himself forward, kicking off the ground with explosive force. Dojin twists acrobatically, sword ready, as the serpent's massive form looms. With a chilling gaze, he tells the serpent to be honored by its impending defeat. His grip tightens on the hilt, the old sword now gleaming with a faint power. The serpent lets out a furious roar, its green eyes blazing with rage. Dojin channels his energy, preparing a decisive, powerful sword strike. A brilliant explosion of light erupts as his sword smashes against the serpent. The sheer force of his attack shreds Dojin's sleeve as he maintains his grip. A shard of the serpent's golden armor flies off, proving the old sword's might. Dojin comically catches a piece of the serpent's falling crown, narrowly avoiding a disaster. He stands unfazed before the vanquished serpent's gaping, venomous maw. Green essence splatters, marking the final moments of the colossal serpent. Dojin inspects a broken fang, considering its potential as a sharpened, makeshift weapon. Exhausted but relieved, he notes this gate's rewards surpass those from Namsen. Night falls, a full moon hanging in the sky as Dojin finally emerges. He exits the B-rank gate, surprised a single dungeon consumes so much time. Clenching his fist, Dojin resolves that regaining his full strength is now paramount. Dojin reflects, glad his old comrades can't witness his current, weakened state. He arrives at a familiar shop, greeted by a cheerful, inflatable cat mascot. Inside, a broker examines Dojin's haul of gleaming red mana stones. The broker states the usual 40% commission for the valuable stones. Dojin, a regular, questions the steep price, hoping for a discount. The broker counters, highlighting their cheap, tax-free, off-the-book service. He slaps down a stack of cash, emphasizing the clean, untraceable transaction. Dojin concedes, taking the money, acknowledging the broker's point. The broker then notices Dojin's bruised face, asking what befell him. Dojin waves dismissively, blaming a crazy bastard for his and his guard's injuries. The broker scoffs, saying Dojin let his guard down with C-rank guards, emphasizing skill over rank. He questions if a store guard's skills can match a monster hunting hero's. As Dojin looks increasingly irritated, the broker offers future assistance, reminding Dojin of their long acquaintance before Dojin turns to leave. As the broker walks away, his footsteps echo faintly in the shop. A new, imposing figure with dark hair and a stern gaze suddenly enters Dojin's line of sight. Dojin's bandaged, bruised face registers shock as he recognizes the newcomer. He whirls around, pointing an accusing finger, exclaiming, "Ugh, it's him. The bastard who did this to me." The broker turns, observing the tall, pretty-faced newcomer Dojin is accusing of causing a ruckus. The broker steps forward, questioning the newcomer if he caused the disturbance and how a hero could strike an innocent. Dojin smirks, revealing the innocent person is a 7-year veteran hero with many connections. The newcomer coldly tells the broker, "Mind your own business and get lost," as Dojin watches. The broker stares in disbelief at the newcomer's disrespect, while Dojin's smirk widens. The newcomer then turns to Dojin, casually asking, "Are you going to get revenge for them or something?" Enraged, the broker clenches his fist, muttering, "This bastard." The broker's veteran intuition flares, recalling that hero-on-hero disputes are often fatal. Deciding to de-escalate, the broker waves, saying he's busy and will see them later. With the broker gone, the newcomer's intense gaze fixes solely on Dojin. "You seem to have a lot of complaints about me," the newcomer asks as Dojin starts to sweat. Suddenly, the newcomer snatches the bag of red mana stones from Dojin's grasp. He holds up the glittering stones, telling Dojin, "Calculate it." Dojin gasps, recognizing the high-grade mana stones, wondering about the newcomer's true identity. The newcomer calmly taps numbers into a calculator, his fingers moving precisely. A pile of gleaming red mana stones is shown, valued at a staggering 150 million won. The newcomer scoffs at the amount, unimpressed, then demands, "Bring it." 150 million. Dojin stammers, reminding him about the commission, a bead of sweat on his brow. The newcomer smirks, "Right? Commission, 1%, then states the new total, 148.5 million. Dojin erupts, shouting, "You bastard, the commission is 40%, can't you understand?" Flustered, Dojin explains that transactions over 100 million require a superior's approval. The newcomer's gaze hardens as he orders, "Then get approval, right now." Dojin nervously makes a call, explaining to his boss what has transpired. Dojin reels back as the newcomer snatches the phone mid-call. The newcomer speaks directly to Dojin's boss. "You heard him, right? Tell them to give me the money." I understand for now," the newcomer says, abruptly ending the call. He then hurls the phone, shattering it against the wall behind a stunned Dojin. "Your superior says he understands," the newcomer states, demanding, "Bring the money." Defeated, Dojin complies, presenting the briefcases overflowing with cash. The newcomer departs with the money, wishing for another cool deal, leaving Dojin fuming. 10 minutes later, the shop door clicks open again. Dojin's boss storms in, demanding to know why his calls weren't answered. Boss, I'm quitting, Dojin declares, his spirit clearly broken. Dojin's shattered phone symbolizes his broken resolve. I can't do this anymore. The boss's eyes narrow with determination, a plan already forming. Elsewhere, a young, bandaged employee looks up, startled by a sudden sound. The boss makes a call. Oh, Gianna, it's me. A striking woman with flowing purple hair strides purposefully down the street, summoned by the boss. Her sharp heels click decisively on the pavement as she makes her way. Onlookers whisper in awe, recognizing the famous Hyeon Jiyeon. Hyeon Jiyeon arrives, stopping before the familiar shop entrance. The shop's bell jingles, announcing a new, formidable arrival. The bandaged employee gasps in utter shock. Hyuk, Hyeon Jiyeon. Yes, it's Hyeon Jiyeon, she confirms, coolly adjusting her sunglasses with a smirk. The employee stammers, recognizing Korea's 4th S-rank hero, the boss's niece. Who's here because her uncle had a headache over a monostone sale. Hyeon Jiyeon strides into the shop, her heels clicking, as the nervous employee watches. She elegantly sits down, crossing her legs, and with a knowing smile asks, "Could I hear the details?" Elsewhere, the scene shifts to a sunny traditional house, where the newcomer is seen on a wooden deck. The newcomer stands shirtless, his muscular physique on display, while 3 cute, animal-like figures sit behind him. His gaze is intense as he thinks, even if I hunt all day, I barely make 100 million. At this rate, it'll be too late. He's shown in various training stances, determined to regain his past strength to solo hunt S-rank gates. A vision of a powerful, armored figure appears as he reflects that mana in this world is scarce, making recovery a long process, possibly years. He considers needing decent equipment, but laments the lack of even basic gear in this world. The newcomer senses something amiss, a bead of sweat forming on his temple. Suddenly, a young girl and her plush toys are startled by a loud thud. He swiftly scoops up the girl, yelling, "Yunyanga, you have to go inside." He rushes her towards a doorway, the girl looking back in confusion. An older woman appears, asking, "What's going on, Dojin?" He shoves the girl inside as the older woman cries out in alarm. The ground trembles violently and the girl screams, "Is it an earthquake?" The newcomer's eyes narrow. He knows this isn't an earthquake. Ominous, crackling purple energy erupts outside. The dark energy spreads, tearing through the air with menacing power. A terrifying, dark energy mass erupts outside, identified as ARIFT. Dojin fiercely warns the worried family, "It's dangerous, so don't come out of your room." He leaps into action, striking at the encroaching shadowy tendrils. As cries of Dojin and brother fade, the scene shifts to the Seoul Hero Association. Inside, an urgent report. Team leader, a new rift has been detected in Mapo. The team leader, concerned, notes this is the first new rift in 63 days. He decisively orders, contact the White Lion Guild, dispatch other nearby heroes quickly. Where is the detected location of the rift? He demands. As an operator confirms it's a private residence. The team leader pales, realizing if a civilian enters, heroes can't follow until they exit. He sweats, dreading the worst, moreover, if they end up dying. Inside the rift zone, a terrifying monster wave is explained to last for 10 relentless days. If the wave breaks out, monstrous figures will overrun the entire Seoul area, causing widespread panic. The team leader learns the civilian who entered is Seo Dojin, trying to save his sister. So he's not a hero, the team leader mutters, then asks the grim probability of a monster wave. The answer flashes on screen, a chilling 99.9% chance of a monster wave occurring. A wave of despair washes over the Hero Association control room at the dire news. Elsewhere, Dojin's resignation letter is slammed onto his boss's desk with finality. Hyeon Jiyeon, arms crossed, questions, awakened. As the boss exclaims, "Dojin awakened." "What are you talking about?" The boss clarifies the newcomer, mistaken for Dojin, definitely awakened at the previous gate incident. Sweating profusely, the boss fumes, "What the hell did that King Chul-woo bastard do?" Hyeon Jiyeon slams her fist, enraged. "It would have been better if you killed that bastard yourself." She seethes, "Tell King Chul-woo if he fails to kill Dojin, he'll pay back 10 times the money." Manager Lee interjects, "A new rift has occurred in Mapo, at Dojin's house." He continues, "We've also confirmed Dojin entered that rift. The media will announce it soon." Hyeon Jiyeon leans on her desk. Then we won't see that vulgar bastard again, right?" Her expression is calculating as she processes this unexpected development. "Keep an eye on it until it's certain," she orders, as Manager Lee agrees from below. The scene shifts to bare feet standing on soft earth, hinting at a new location. Dojin lies on his back in a sun-dappled forest clearing, seemingly transported. He sits up, his muscular torso on display, uttering, "Hard to believe." Dojin recognizes this place, This is the Padisu of forest I often came to as a child. He stands, realizing the forest, trees, wind, and even the abundant mana are identical to his memory. Looking towards a path, he thinks, perhaps if I go out this way just as I thought. A subtle, knowing smirk plays on Dojin's lips. Before him stands a colossal, glowing entity, the World Tree. Dojin gazes up in awe at the immense, ancient tree. This primordial spirit tree emanates a flow of highly pure mana, visible as glowing orbs. He touches its bark, remembering his previous world was destroyed when this very tree burned. Crouching, he marvels to think the World Tree is still intact. I don't know how, but a confident smile spreads across his face as he declares, I can regain the mana from back then. Dojin stands resolute, bathed in the World Tree's ethereal blue light and mana orbs. He sits, beginning a deep breathing exercise, drawing in the potent energy. With closed eyes, Dojin focuses intently, absorbing the pure mana around him. Days pass as he meditates tirelessly at the heart of the glowing World Tree. For 10 full days, he forgoes sustenance solely dedicated to his mana cultivation. Night falls, yet Dojin's unwavering meditation continues under the serene moonlight. Suddenly, his eye snaps open, now blazing with a fierce, golden light. Ominous, purple glowing creatures, the Volcana, emerge from the forest depths. Dojin turns, sensing the approach of these monstrous, shadowy figures. He glares, recognizing them, the ones who burned the World Tree in the past. Perched high on the World Tree, Dojin watches the Volcana swarm below, their purple energy crackling. He muses, his golden eyes glinting. It would have been nice to have a water element sword. A monstrous Volcana, wreathed in violet flames, lunges with terrifying speed. Doesn't matter, Dojin declares, as potent blue mana begins to surge around his body. His hand glows with concentrated energy as he vows, I'll shatter every last one of them. Blue light intensifies around Dojin, his raw power becoming visible. A Volcana charges recklessly, its grotesque form illuminated by Dojin's aura. With a fierce, determined gaze, Dojin prepares to unleash his attack. The lead Volcana recoils slightly, sensing the immense power building before it. Dojin unleashes his stored mana, a torrent of blue energy erupting outwards. Dojin's condensed mana detonates his chi, blasting a Volcana. He exhales, phew. It's been a while since I released this much mana at once. The Volcana roars in agony as Dojin's blue energy engulfs it. Suddenly, purple projectiles pierce through several Volcana, a chaotic scene unfolding. Dojin observes the unfolding chaos, a faint purple aura surrounding him. A massive, ethereal wing of pure white energy unfurls behind Dojin. He stands firm, blue energy swirling around his legs. I've confirmed the World Tree's safety. With a knowing smirk, Dojin declares now, the mana in my body. Let's take a look at it with my eyes. Dojin turns, facing the remaining Volcana, ready for the next wave. Another Volcana shrieks as Dojin's powerful blue aura consumes it. A Volcana is violently struck from above by a massive pillar of blue energy. The sheer force of Dojin's mana continues to pulverize the monstrous creature. Another Volcana is instantly pierced and obliterated by a concentrated azure beam. 2 more Volcana suddenly combust, consumed by their own crackling purple energy. As one creature disintegrates into dust, a radiant red gemstone is left behind. Dojin calmly approaches the gem, announcing, confirmation complete, as more Volcana lurk. A confident smirk plays on his lips. Once I finish off you guys, I should be able to get the undying ember, right? His golden eyes flare with the predatory light, a fierce grin spreading across his face. I remember it had a pretty high drop rate, he declares. Let's see how many drop from you lot. Dojin leaps into the horde, unleashing a flurry of devastating strikes upon the Volcana. Dojin spins, his blue energy slicing through multiple Volcana simultaneously. After the battle, Dojin stands near the World Tree, its mana orbs still glowing. Amongst the fallen red gemstones, a single, radiant golden coin gleams. Dojin's hand reaches down, about to pick up the precious golden item. He looks at the coin in his palm, recognizing it, the undying ember, huh? A wide, almost manic grin spreads as golden energy erupts from his chest. To think I get this again. The undying ember flares brightly in his hand, a miniature sun of golden fire. Dojin gazes at the swirling golden flame cupped in his hands, a satisfied look on his face. The ember pulses with power as he muses, I'd love to draw more mana from the World Tree. But with my current body, that's not possible. His hands frame the blazing ember as he considers, what I can do now is. Dojin decides, absorb this ember, as golden flames swirl around him, and convert my mana into a fire attribute. He declares, the flames intensifying. The golden ember sinks into his palm, its fiery essence merging with him. He recalls, back then, I never even needed to absorb the ember. Lamenting it now takes 10 minutes. His eyes now blaze orange, his body showing signs of the absorbed power. Surrounded by fallen gems and coins, Dojin resolves, let's keep absorbing as long as I can. Time passes and Dojin walks away from the now serene world tree, its mana orb still glowing. Suddenly, a massive, thorny purple structure erupts in a modern city, shocking onlookers. A crowd gathers, a cameraman capturing the ominous sight as police arrive. A man grits his teeth in frustration, exclaiming, damn it, at the unfolding chaos. Bang Seonwoo fumes because of one crazy bastard. What the hell is all this? Kim Hyunwoo calmly replies, he said he did it trying to save his younger sister. Seonwoo scoffs, he heard awakening in a rift zone was easy, selfishly endangering everyone. Hyunwoo inquires, what does the guild master say? Seonwoo answers, just to wait for the wave. But why? Hyunwoo wonders. Learning rifts also opened in the US, China, UK, Turkey, and Switzerland. A colossal dark claw-like rift appears near the Statue of Liberty, an unprecedented event. Elsewhere, figures stand ready as similar rifts were reportedly controlled in early stages. Seonwoo rages, only we are screwed, because of some damn beggar-like bastard. While Hyunwoo chuckles nervously, he clenches his fist. That bastard who first went in. I'll smash his face in when he comes out. The ominous purple rift crackles, its dark tendrils spreading over the city. 28 days later, the Hero Association issues a Level 1 monster wave alert for the persistent rift. Authorities state if Mr. S, the first civilian entrant, doesn't emerge in 2 days, action will be taken. A remote clicks, a screen flashes, turning off a news report about the rift. A man with sunglasses, Wang Chang-seep, scoffs, so, Mr. S is that Seo Dojin bastard, right? His subordinate, Director Kim Yang-woo, confirms, yes, boss. My men verified it's definitely Seo Dojin. Director Kim Yang-woo, Wang Chang-seop's right-hand man, stands ready for orders. Chang-seop questions Dojin's survival odds. Yang-woo states less than 0.1% if he's a civilian. Chang-seop lets out a chilling, wide grin, a civilian. That's hilarious. He mocks the Hero Association's intel, as 3 bandaged figures stand behind him. Chang-seop's expression turns serious. What if that guy isn't awakened? Yang-woo states if Dojin's an awakened, his rank determines survival, making judgment difficult. Chang-seop concurs, noting fighting prowess doesn't guarantee rift survival. Yang-woo then reminds him, that Seo Dojin bastard has 2 family members, right? We need to secure them. As Dojin's family appears, Chang-seop asks the plan. Yang-woo says, for now, treat them well. Chang-seop reveals a sinister plot. If he dies, we'll sell his family's organs. Or create debt if he lives. A chilling smile plays on Chang-seop's lips, pleased with his cruel scheme. Meanwhile, back in the rift, the world tree continues to emanate its powerful glowing mana. Dojin, surrounded by golden aura, wonders aloud, how much time has passed? His hand glows with absorbed power, the undying ember. I've absorbed all hundreds of them. Golden flames dance in his palm. Now, whenever I want, I can use flame attribute mana. My flame resistance has also increased dramatically. Dojin declares his flame attribute now surpasses even his sword god days. He stands silently before the world tree, hand reaching towards its ancient bark. His hand hovers over the tree, reflecting on the difference between his past and present self. Looking up, he offers his gratitude to the radiant world tree. Dojin carefully gathers the fallen red gemstones into a makeshift net. Securing his haul, he acknowledges this might be their last encounter. Yet, he vows that if they meet again and the tree is in peril, he will protect it no matter what, standing resolute before the glowing tree. The scene shifts to a quiet night under a full moon. Back in the normal world, suddenly Dojin materializes with a flash, emerging from the rift into the city. Dojin lands softly on the desolate city ground, barefoot. He scans the moonlit emptiness, noting no one within a kilometer, likely due to the wave evacuation. Suddenly, Dojin senses a potent aura emanating from nearby buildings. With a swift leap, he dashes forward, his precious gems in tow. Peeking from cover, he spots a familiar, menacing figures in suits. He recognizes them from the previous gate, knowing capture means serious trouble. Golden flames erupt in Dojin's hand, ready for action. He unleashes a powerful, swirling vortex of fire. The fiery projectile streaks through the night sky towards its target. It impacts a sign, revealing the target to be a police station. The police station sign erupts in a fiery explosion. The 2 suited figures whip around, startled. What's that sound? Fire. It's a fire. One of them, the blue-haired man, leaps across rooftops towards the blaze. Flames engulf the building, roaring intensely. The blue-haired man lands amidst a surprised group of people on the street below. The group, including the 2 suited men, stares in disbelief at the sudden inferno. Dojin, observing from afar with his gems, notes the good nature and precision of his flame. He muses, Kusik, isn't this a flame even you would admire? Dojin recalls Kusik, the continent's strongest flame mage who would surely have been pleased. The blue-haired man clenches his jaw, a determined glint in his eyes. The blue-haired man suddenly halts, a thought striking him. Wait. He looks up, noticing something odd. The rift is strange. Above the city, the crimson rift shimmers and distorts erratically. The blue-haired man dashes off, realizing the implications. His suited companion turns, startled. What? The rift is. The man's eyes widen in disbelief as he comprehends the situation. He exclaims, watching the crimson tendrils fade. The rift is disappearing. Meanwhile, Dojin calmly walks up a flight of stairs, his back to the fading phenomenon. A close-up reveals Dojin's resolute orange eyes, focused on his next move. Breaking news flashes across the city. The Mappa rift vanished early this morning. News flashes. 29 days after Mr. Seo entered, the rift vanished, baffling the Hero Association. The report also mentions an unexplained junkyard fire near the former rift zone. Bystanders coldly gossip, assuming Seo Dojin perished, some even saying he deserved it. Dojin, hidden by his hood, overhears their harsh words and relief that Seoul was spared. He ponders sadly, realizing the rift's disappearance means he might never see the world tree again. Dojin adjusts his hood, a new resolve forming in his mind. He arrives at Yongdongpo HCS capital, remembering another crucial mission, protecting someone. Inside, Yangu and Chang Seep lurk in a stairwell, discussing their sinister plans. Yangu smirks, believing Dojin dead, stating the old man and child are now theirs to exploit. With a chilling gaze, Yangu considers the young girl's future, hinting at the boss's cruel intentions. Just as Yangu finishes his vile thought, a voice cuts through the stairwell. Hey? A hooded figure with glowing eyes appears, demanding, "Where's your boss?" Elsewhere, a sleek black car screeches to a halt outside a different building. A man in expensive loafers steps out, humming a cheerful tune. This is their boss, preening with a comb, clearly in high spirits. He smirks, relieved. Now that bastard is dead, I can finally sleep soundly. His subordinate, Director Kim, dutifully reports the day's schedule, a lunch meeting. The boss then orders a visit to Madame Kang, requesting new entertainment for the evening. The boss and Director Kim confidently ascend a flight of stairs, unaware they're being watched. From the shadows, Dojin's eye narrows, his resolve hardening as he observes his targets. Back in the stairwell, Yangu is sent flying by a sudden, powerful blow. Chang Seep, splattered with blood, stares in wide-eyed shock at the attacker. A swift, brutal kick sends another thug crashing to the ground. Dojin, still hooded, stands amidst the fallen thugs, who cough in pain. His eyes glowing menacingly, Dojin commands, "Crawl here like a dog from there." Trembling and drooling, Yangu begins to slowly, fearfully drag himself forward. Dojin, now seated, delivers a contemptuous kick to the crawling Yangu's face. Yangu looks up, utterly terrified, as Dojin coldly asks, "Can't you hear me?" Now in a different room, Yangu prostrates himself completely, whimpering before Dojin. Dojin sits calmly, arms crossed, observing the thoroughly subjugated Yangu. Dojin, his face shadowed by his hood, coldly commands, "Bark." He then roars at the terrified Yangu, "Bark like a dog." Yangu chokes out a sound as he's forced to comply. Tears and drool stream down Yangu's face as he barks repeatedly. The other thugs watch in stunned silence as Yangu continues his humiliating display. Dojin, still seated, grabs Yangu's hair, demanding he bark even louder. Dojin addresses the room, noting how these men feign loyalty but are quick to betray. His glowing eyes fix on Huang Chang Seep, questioning if he's new to dealing with such treachery. Chang Seep desperately pleads for his life, promising unwavering loyalty, but Dojin silences him. A brutal, swift punch from Dojin sends Chang Seep reeling. Chang Seep hits the ground hard, bloodied, as Dojin looms over him. Dojin turns his attention to a startled thug, simply calling him Glasses. Dojin declares, "From now on, you be the boss," offering a way out of servitude. He then challenges Glasses, "Taking out your higher-ups is no big deal for you guys, right?" Glasses gulps, sweat dripping, clearly terrified by the proposition. He bows low, stammering that their current boss has too many connections. Glasses pleads for Dojin to reconsider, begging him to spare their boss. But Dojin questions his frustrating reluctance. Dojin coldly reminds them of their own brutal methods, like junkyard disposals. He then offers an alternative. "I can throw him into a gate as monster feed." Chang Seep, desperate, grovels, "Please, just spare our lives. I beg you." Chang Seep continues to grovel, his words "I beg you" hanging in the air as Dojin watches impassively. Dojin internally considers that eliminating Chang Seep now would prevent future complications. He then wonders with a sigh if he's perhaps become soft-hearted. Dojin extends a hand towards the desperate Chang Seep, simply stating, "Here." A flicker of hope, almost a dawning light, appears in Chang Seop's eyes as he looks up. Chang Seep gratefully takes Dojin's hand, apologizing for all his past misdeeds. He pledges his undying loyalty. From now on, I'll serve you as my master. Then trails off with a confused huh? Suddenly, Dojin's hand erupts in flames, engulfing Chang Seop's arm as he screams in agony. Dojin stating, "This is your last chance." A close-up on Dojin's eye reflects the horrifying image of Chang Seep burning. From above, Dojin stands over Chang Seep, whose arm is ablaze, the fiery power still emanating from Dojin's hand. Dark, shadowy flames erupt violently from Dojin's hand, consuming Chang Seop's arm. Chang Seep writhes on the ground, groaning in agony, his arm still ablaze as Dojin looms. Dojin issues a chilling ultimatum: protect his family 24/7 or face complete annihilation. The scene shifts, revealing that officially, Dojin is considered a being lost to the rift. In a stark contrast, we see the familiar golden arches of a fast food restaurant. Dojin and a young girl sit inside. As narration explains, the government and media believe him gone. A phone screen displays a social media post, confirming everyone treats Dojin as deceased. Dojin, reflected in the phone, muses that revealing his survival would only cause more problems. He tells the girl that Chang Seep will secure a new house, so they can soon move. The young girl happily munches on her burger, a moment of peace amidst the chaos. The young girl beams, exclaiming, her, I'm happy that we're moving. Dojin explains she can now attend kindergarten like other kids, and school next year. Her smile fades, and she looks down sullenly at her food. Dojin, surprised by her reaction, asks, "Why? You don't want to go to kindergarten?" She quietly reveals, "The kids make fun of me for not having a mom and dad." As Dojin's eyes sharpen, a grim expression settles on Dojin's face, his lips pressed into a firm line. Dojin reassures her, "It's okay. You don't have to go. You don't need to see those brats' faces." Her face lights up with relief. "Really? I don't have to go to kindergarten." Dojin internally mulls over sending her to an elite private school, ensuring no one can look down on her. The scene cuts to a motel at night, as a voice questions, "Are you letting a grandmother and a little kid stay at a motel?" Dojin, hooded, confronts Glasses in the motel hallway, questioning his judgment. Glasses nervously assures him the company-managed motel is secure, just as a door bursts open. Inside, the young girl and her grandmother spot him, the girl joyfully exclaiming, "Appa." She rushes into Dojin's arms for an emotional hug as he enters their room. The grandmother, tearfully clutching his hand, expresses her disbelief and relief at his return. Overwhelmed with emotion, the girl continues to cling to Dojin, repeatedly calling his name. Dojin, visibly moved by their reunion, shows a rare hint of vulnerability. A gentle smile appears as he softly confirms to them, "Yes, I came back alive." Back at the fast food restaurant, the girl innocently asks Dojin, "Appa, are you a hero too?" Dojin questions her preference, surprised when she says she'd rather he wasn't a hero, leaving him puzzled. The girl explains her reasoning with the child's drawing, "Heroes face danger." She continues, "Heroes fight scary monsters and sometimes die," then shows a drawing of their family, wanting him to stay. The young girl looks earnestly at Dojin, her burger forgotten for a moment. Dojin, still in his hood, listens intently, his expression unreadable but touched. Her heartfelt plea, "We want you to live with us for a long, long time," echoes as Dojin remains silent. A flashback shows a desolate, volcanic landscape, as narration speaks of survivors in a harsh past. Another flashback depicts a lone warrior battling monstrous beast, highlighting past losses. Dojin, embracing the girl and reaching for her grandmother, realizes something precious has returned to him. In a humble room, Dojin sits with his family, contemplating a life of simple, protected happiness. Suddenly, the scene shifts to a modern cityscape, a helicopter descending onto a rooftop helipad. The imposing skyscraper of the Hero Association of South Korea pierces the sky. Inside, Na-tae-wong, founder and director, questions if there's truly nothing they can figure out. His assistant regretfully informs him they cannot determine anything further at this time. Na-tae-wong, frustrated, worries that a rift which vanished could reappear just as suddenly. His assistant agrees, calling it a dangerous variable, but is sharply told to watch her words. Na-tae-wong sternly reminds her that public safety is paramount, and she quickly apologizes. Na-tae-wong is revealed as one of the world's most respected heroes, influential enough to win any election. However, his sole focus remains on the people's safety and preparing for rifts, not power. He orders a thorough reinvestigation and learns the resident in the rift's own house agreed to sell. Na-tae-wong insists on offering more than market price, hoping to comfort those who lost family. Na-tae-wong clicks open his laptop, ready to investigate further. He murmurs thoughtfully, a serious expression clouding his features. A global map reveals simultaneous rift appearances, raising his suspicion. His assistant confirms the US and China are managing, but the UK is now the major concern. Nate Wong turns to his screen as she explains their best heroes are already deployed elsewhere. Suddenly, a sharp notification alert pings on his system. His eyes widen in disbelief. This can't be. What's going on? A breaking news bulletin flashes. UK rift wave emerges. Warning. Nate Wong stares, shocked, as the dire warning of a UK rift blazes across the screen.